Okay, thank you so much for that gentle reminder. Okay, so we're gonna get started. So welcome to Basic Baybayin 101. We have done this class about once before, but I think that's basically it. But essentially, oh my God, are you serious? So, whew, anybody want to read? And if not, that's okay because I can read for you. Okay. So Baybayin is an alpha syllabary, also called an abugida, which basically means it's a segmental writing system that features a letter pair. So each pair or unit consists of one consonant followed by one vowel with or without a notation. This is an indigenous writing system that dates to even before the 16th century, as it is critical to decolonize our perspective of what we were capable of before being educated by the Spanish. Origins currently point to Greater India and Austronesia. Linguistically, a majority of Tagalog comes from Proto-Austronesian and Old Polynesian. The parent language slash writing chain goes as so: Proto-Sinaitic, Phoenician, Aramaic, Brahmi, Tamil, Pallava, and Kawi. But Baybayin is not going to be called Alibata, especially not within our server. This was the old colonized name for our system. The word Baybayin itself means to write or to spell. The script has regional changes throughout the Luzon region, depending on which ethnic group contributed or redesigned. So places like Luzon, Palawan, Mindoro, Pangasinan, Ilocos, Panay, Lake, and Iloilo. Some regions not only reintroduced it, but even renamed it. So like in the Ilocos region, it was called Kuritan. In Kapampangan, they called it Kulitan. In Visayan, they called it Badlit, and then, more. So the units in this graph are labeled solely with a consonant, but should be read with an A following as the default vowel in the unit pair. So the bottom right portion gives us a sneak peek as to what our kudlits and punctuation kind of look like. Okay, so I really do want you guys to note this writing has taken stylistic liberties with its, style. So this would be read as ba, ga, da, ga, and then on and on. Here it gives you some punctuation. So one line following a Baybayin sentence is a comma, but two lines following would be considered a period. This cross right here would be put underneath a unit to kind of signify that there is no default A following the consonant. So say that this cross was underneath a T, it would be read just as T or T, and then on and on, but I'll explain the kudlits in a second. So if you already know Tagalog, you kind of have a leg up since most of the alphabet is present. Modern Baybayin only has about 14 units with 3 additional solo vowels. And most Baybayin charts that you'll read online consist of these as the foundation. But do note that A is your default vowel and the kudlits change the unit. So as I said, ba, ka, da, ha, and then on and on. And then the solo vowels are A, something written or spoken as like E or E, and then something read as O or U. And now you should be thinking, where are all of the other letters? And you are right to do so. But since we're just learning the basics right now, you'll also get one more letter, which is Ra. I know that that is put here, but in most of the charts you might not find it. So just kind of as a heads up. So Kudlit standards, paleographically, there have been about 4, but this is just the way that I kind of contextualize it. The old standard, there is a lot more guessing as to what was written, especially since it is kind of impractical for beginners. We're going to be taking the word bundok here, which is Tagalog for mountain. So you'll see here in the old standard, it would be written as bu and do. So as I said, there's a lot of guessing as to what the other letters are within the word. And it's kind of hard to understand, the vowels without understanding the kudlits. Then with colonization, the Spanish introduced their own kudlits. It was rejected by the natives, but it did help specify and add some practicality. So here you can see with the word bundok, there is every letter within the word, and then you have the kudlits added. And then we have modern and advanced standard. It kind of takes, oh shit, I read the wrong one, sorry. You have the Livana kudlit, which is a bit more modern, has roots in anti-colonialism, and it has some new and rewritten letters, but you don't have to really look into that one so far. You can see here with the other kudlits that I showed you just a second ago, you won't see the one within the Livana kudlit system. Um, and then afterwards, as I said, the modern advanced standard. It takes the best of each predecessor. It's more precise, a bit more practical, and there are more added letters, so it can be used a bit more universally within the language of, any Filipino language. Oh my God. Um, so I'll be showing you guys what the Cruz and the Sinawali is. Um, I'll be teaching modern Baybayin and then eventually modern advanced for those who are ready. That will be a lesson to look forward to. But for all of you students, I want you to see the evolution of the Tagalog word. So you can really see, less letters here, more letters here, kind of a new way to look at it, and then just a new system. Kudlets are part of the vowel notation within the alpha syllabary. They are vowel modifiers that note what vowel is replacing the default vowel in each unit pair. So, um, sorry, they're very loud behind me. Look at standard number 3, and then look at it versus Spanish, the Spanish standard. If you look at the kudlets below, which is the vowel notation, the vowel for U and O, they're both just slashed underneath the Baybayin letter. And here for the word bundok, the U is a dot and then the O is a circle. And we'll be seeing more of that in the next slide. So as far as the kudlit system that I'll be teaching you guys, though there are 4 symbols, you have a choice of 3. The tuldok and the singsing are required, but you can choose between the cruz or the sinawali. With 3 symbols, the location of the tuldok and the singsing will indicate which vowel replaces the default A in the unit, since there is no kudlit for the default, if that makes sense. So here, I kind of give you guys just kind of a cheat reminder. So the singsings is below a unit, so that will mean an O. If it is above the unit, it means an E. Tuldoks under a unit mean a U, and up high means an I. So here you can see the tuldok is a dot, the singsing is a ring, the cruz is a cross, and the X is a sinawali. But these can be used interchangeably. But I do suggest that in your own writing, you only stick to one throughout whatever passage you're writing. The cruz or the sinawali will X out or cross out the default vowel, so only the consonant can remain. All of these kudlits add up to a total of 5. So remember, a ring is an open shape, and so are the vowels. So like I said, when there is a sing-sing, the open vowels would be like bo or boo, or no, sorry. The open vowels would be be and bo. So when you're saying that out loud, your mouth is more open, which kind of indicates how you're saying the kudlit. So if it's a dot or the tuldok, you'll have vowels like b and boo. So does anybody kind of have questions so far? Iko, I swear to God, if you do another Grammarly like comment, I'm going to kill you. So also, yes, Iko did state the R unit came fairly recently in the Baybayin, only arising in the 1900s. So yes, the variation that you saw for R is pretty recent, and it's not really a part of the old ancient style of Baybayin. Kind of when, reading Baybayin for the ancestors, they kind of had contextual knowledge of like reading and writing, so they didn't really have to guess. They already knew what the word was, if that makes sense. But yeah, any other questions so far? I'm just going to give you guys a second to start typing out. Yeah, Ray, go ahead.
So if you're wanting to download like a Baybayin keyboard, I've looked at a few on like mobile, and a lot of, or none of them had any sing sing. It was just the dodok on them. So it's you kind of have to like just know which one is being used in the word.
Actually, yeah, I remember when we did the first Baybayin lesson, we did show a few different keyboards. The one that I have downloaded onto my computer did kind of take some time to find. If you download the Baybayin app on iPhone, I think it's also available on Android. Unfortunately, you do have to buy it, but it does have quite
On Android,
few,
they can use Gboard, which is
oh
Google's
yeah, you lucky
keyboard.
bastards.
And it's
Yeah, for
which is
iPhone you
free.
do have to buy the keyboard.
Yeah.
But it has quite a few new letters. It also has new kudlits as well, but it also does have dulduk and sing sing. So yeah.
Yeah. This is how
Um,
mine is done.
yeah, that's the one that I have. That's the
Hey.
Baybayin keyboard.
I have that one too. I got it when it was free.
Yeah, I know. I kind of wish it
It's
was, but of course they have to capitalize off of decolonization. So fun.
so fun.
So yeah. Ugh. So
Do you have any questions?
I didn't see any questions, but we're just going to move on. If you have any more questions, I'm still willing to, stay behind a little bit and then answer a few. And if you guys want to hop into VC afterwards and ask your questions there, if you come up with them, that's fine too. So, learning all the basics of Baybayin leaves you with 83 units in total if you do kind of graph them. And this does include the original letters and the variations, but don't freak out too much. It's easier to memorize than you think. So once you recognize and remember the units by default, then you can start to move on to the Quidlet variation units. The best way to start memorizing is by writing your full name in Baybayin. Um, and I'll be doing some demonstrations in a moment. So you can give me either, like a name, a nickname, or even just like a random Tagalog word, and I'll write it in Baybayin for you. Um, and I do want to remind you, as we are a spiritual community in the Duwatahan Witches server, I really want to enforce that you don't share your full name, and especially your full name in Baybayin. However, as a part of our class's demonstration, just share a name that you're comfortable with, and I'll be showing you how I would personally write your name in Baybayin. And if you're ready to handle the challenge, you can completely try it for yourself and share your results with the class. Um, so you can start with creating a whole chart of units. You can find this Google Slides in the server. Ray, remind me, which one did we post it in? Was it in presentations and recordings? Yeah, so you can find it there. And then when you get to the slide, all you have to do is click this link to print. Um, so it will take you to this chart, and it's fill in the blanks. Everything is fair game. And the vowels, all 5 of them I wrote. The main ones don't have this extra notation on the top. So this one is a, this one is e or e, and then this is o or u. But with the dashes, it kind of gives a little more specificity, but you don't have to use it. It's just a little extra thing that I learned. Um, so the way that this works is you have your starting letter, and then right here, you will write your defaults in this column, and then all of the other vowel variations. And then right here, you put the unit with the Quidlet to cancel out the vowel. And also do note on this column, you'll see a few empty spaces, and I'm reserving them for our advanced Baybayin lesson, where I teach some of the new letters. I want to make sure that you guys get the standard letters first before we move on to new letters, because it can get quite a bit more confusing, but it's easier if you know how to work the standard ones. And we do have a few comments. Let me see. Yep. Okay. So, to progress your challenge for learning, you can also click this link. So this is a picker wheel, and I wrote down every single unit, but in the Roman writing system, our standard alphabet. And all you have to do is click the wheel, and then once it lands on a unit, sorry, it's loud. Then you can write it in Baybayin. And then once you're done, you can click hide choice. And then I believe it should remove itself from the wheel. So you can keep going like over and over and over until you finish the wheel. And if you get to them, like you're ready for modern advanced Baybayin. So, but oh crap! Do remember to select high choice before you go on to the next unit. Otherwise, it'll pop up again in your next spin probably. And sometime throughout this following week, you'll receive an optional test to see how accurate you are in your Baybayin skills. I already posted it in, which one did I post it in? Ray, is it in Sulat? At what was it? Which channel was it?
I think it was in a removed channel, but we
Yes,
can
it will
post
be
it
in Slip
again.
Weaker.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be posting the test again, but I want to make sure that you guys get used to what you see in the presentation first, because I don't like cheating unless it is in school. Cheat at school. I think that's fine. Anyways, so does anybody want me to write out your names in my buy-in? I'm going to get a pen and paper so that we can start. And I just want you guys to throw in your names into the chat, or the names that you're comfortable with, and I'll be writing them. Whew. Okay, so hello. What was that? I thought somebody said something. Anyways, no. Okay. I'll do them in order. So, Ray. Ray's name is pretty simple. I will probably only keep it to 3 characters. I'm going to write it down first. I want you to guess what it looks like in your head, and then I'll show you what I have. So we're going to be starting off with the R, and then which kudlit do you think it would be? And remember to think that with Baybayin, when you're writing, you write phonetically, not letter by letter, if that makes sense. So I'll show you what that means in a second. So we have the
Xander, can you
letter Ra.
move the presentation to the other kudlits? Yeah, go back to the front.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh no. Here we go. Yeah. So when it comes to writing, as I said, you want to think phonetically. So with Ray's name, you wouldn't really use like the default to do that, and then like the letter Y. That just doesn't really make sense when you're reading it out loud. So the way that I would do it is by using the unit Ra, but then use the sing sing on top for E. And then after that, I would do, what is it? The E vowel. This one, okay? So you're gonna take Ra and then do a sing sing above it for the vowel E to create that unit, and then follow it up with this vowel right after. So keeping all of that in mind, Ray's name would look like this. This is personally how I would write it.
Sexy.
Yeah. So as a reminder, this is what you would look at or kind of think of writing Ray's name as. Re and then E. Okay, next name. Where are we? Where are we at? What did we do right after? What was it right after? Kai. So Kai is kind of a tough one. Iko, I'm gonna ask, what would you write it as?
Kai, well, I would use the default vowel, ka, and then use the e vowel to make it kai. Because we don't, so like how you said with Ray's one as well, we wouldn't use the Y one for the
Yeah.
glide, they're called glide sounds. So that, because it will, it just wasn't grammatically correct at the time and even in the modern day. So like words like araw, meaning the sun, would have an o at the end instead of a w.
Completely. So as Iko said, you're going to be doing the ka unit, but without any kudlits anywhere on it, and then follow it with this vowel. So then it would look like this. So is it making sense so far? Okay. Let's see. Bella. Okay, so this one is pretty cool too. It's shorter than writing it out like with 5 letters. You're gonna be doing the unit ba, and then with the kudlit for e. So, and then you're gonna be doing the unit la by itself. So that would just be be la.
Yay! Good job, Bella. You guessed it right as well. You should don't. If anyone's doing the exercises with us, you should bring out and show us how you would think first, and then we'll be like, yes, you're doing so well.
Ooh, I'll do the server name like at the end. So Frankie. Okay, so this one's really fun. My best friend's name is also Frankie. So let me see.
Frankie.
We are going to be starting off. Dang, this is a new letter, but Iko, what do you think?
See, I'm a bit of a traditionalist, so I would use the P.
Yeah. We can do that too. So, in your research, you might find
over time you'll use the other letters.
You'll use the other letters, but also you might find using these to replicate the new letter sounds, either by like combination or just as replacement. So the first one that you would use is the unit ba, but since there is no vowel following it, you're going to cross it out with the cruce right beneath it. And then after that, you would do the raw unit. But what did we say about the sound A, if that makes sense? You're going to be using this one, right? You're going to be using a ceasing above. So then you have ra with the ring above. So that's fre. And then you're going to be doing the unit na, but also crossed out.
You'd actually used to use nga, the ng instead.
Really?
You're making Frankie.
Don't listen to me, then. Don't listen to me, then.
Okay.
I'm a liar. Don't listen to me.
It's okay. But yeah, it's very phonetic based instead of the Roman writing base.
Yay,
Latin
yay,
spelling.
yay. I always have a hard time like writing this one because it always screws me over.
The NG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
But also take note, what is not after this unit? A vowel. So as I said,
Wow.
crossed out. And then the last unit would be ka with an E kudlit or an I kudlit.
Frankie. Hell yeah.
So
That was
To
actually really interesting to learn.
yeah, to help
what you said.
figure out which, if you need to use the N or the nung, pay attention to where in your throat you're saying it. So for like Xander, the N, you don't feel anything in the back of your throat. But for Frankie, you can feel the back of your throat is closed off. So it'll be the
yep.
nung sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is really interesting too, because you have, what's it called? The diphthong, is that right? So
Yes.
would you suggest using ya for Ria? Okay, cool. So with the name Rhiannon, we're gonna be doing it with the ra unit. And then adding the dot above. And then you're gonna be actually following it up with the ya unit, not yas, yeah. Anyways, Ria, and then you're gonna be doing the N unit, the na unit. Would you be doing an O? Kudlit for
Rhiannon. Yeah.
and then follow it up with another na and then crossed out. So this is re, yeah, no, Rhiannon. Cool. So Lila, for your name, let me ask, is it pronounced Lila, not Lila or anything else?
Lila is my nickname.
Lila?
Yes,
Okay.
Lila.
So with Lila, there is only 2 units. You're going to be doing unit la, but with the dot above, and then just la by itself, just regular like that. Actually,
Very simple and still.
Lila.
The goal is to
Thank
make
you.
it as simple as possible.
Yeah, you want to condense as much of your name as possible, and just make it as simplified for the phonetic pronunciation.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Who else we have?
you can hear the children scream. I knew it. I knew it. Which chart do you want me to go back to, or am I on it?
Oh, we did
Oh,
that already.
yeah, you're on it. You're good.
Okay.
Oh, you skipped Isabella.
Isabella, right. Apologies. Yeah,
We got you, Issa.
somebody's
Isa.
fully belting behind me. Okay, so Isa, your name.
Deliver.
Stop. Okay. Yeah, there really is no other pronunciation in Tagalog for the I vowel. It wouldn't be Isabella or Isabella or anything like that. It would
It
just
still
be,
would be pronounced E.
yeah, it's always pronounced
Yeah.
as E. So
E or E. They're what you
You're
would
gonna-
call
starting off with this vowel.
homophones.
Mhm.
Homo.
And then the unit sa,
Isa.
the unit ba with an E,
The sing sing, or is it the bulldog?
the tuldok, oh no, Wrong. Sing above.
Because it's an E sound. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Completely.
I know. I never learned the sing tuldok thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, because like when I learned it, it's like just top or bottom.
Yeah, that's part of the new modern advanced
Yeah, it
standard.
is. It's really
Um,
nice.
It's honestly, it's so much easier. It's a little bit more to remember, but it's so easy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For
we
my
have-
class, I won't be using those though. Sorry, but it'll just be like, let's read.
So Isa, there's your name.
It's very nice.
All right.
Oh, Isa wanted to take a picture. Can you put it back up?
Let's see. Okay, all good?
Can you put the Isa's name back up?
Oh, Isa's name.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking her. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot that my mic was muted.
Nah, you're okay.
All right, so CJ. So since we're thinking about like actually pronouncing out the name or the letters CJ, we're gonna be doing the unit sa, but with the tuldok above. So C. And then this is where things get interesting. Like I said, for missing letters, you're either replacing them with one of these or you're doing a combination. So the combination for the letter J would be the unit da, but with the dot above. So that would be
Yes.
pronounced D. And then the
ya.
unit ya. But you're also going to be adding a kudlit for the E,
Yeah.
which is the ring on top.
That's where we get the ja sound. That's why words like Jan, which means here, are spelled with Diyan.
Yeah.
Because it's from the old pronunciations. The more we know.
So here, this one would be, so you would be reading it out GA, if that makes, or just quickly
J.
CJ. CJ.
Yeah. CJ.
Okay. Rowan. Oh, so this one isn't too bad at all. You're going to be doing with an O, so that would be the ring below. And then going to be doing the wa by itself, and then the unit na crossed out. So row one.
Rowan.
All right, so is everybody all good so far?
Mm.
Fantastic.
Okay, all good.
You got it right. Yay.
Yay! You guys are learning. Okay.
Period.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question.
Is this right? Wait.
Let me see.
Okay.
Where are you at? I can't see.
Sikida.
I'm not sure if it's showing correctly in your end.
What's the
Why can't
word?
you see that?
Candice? Is it for Candice?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
that correct?
There you go.
Or did I do
That's
it
really
wrong?
good. No, it's correct.
Great. All good.
Heck
So-
yeah.
The last one that we're going to be doing is the watahan. So I'm going to wait to explain what I write. I want you guys to try it first. And then
We should all
we'll
try
come
it.
back in about a minute or two. Okay, Bella, as what you said right now, I completely encourage you to do it. And even if you get it wrong, I want you to post your results, and then we'll help you see, what you got wrong, and then we can improve that.
Post it in the Suyat Wika channel, and because that's where we put all of our writing stuff. I'll write this tone. Many random words.
So if I'm understanding it correctly, Baybayin it's following more on the syllables, right? How you pronounce it.
All right, are we all good? All right, so on 3, I want everybody to show your results, okay?
Oh,
1,
shit.
2,
Your neighbors are going off.
3. I know they are. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I did not get
And even if
that.
you got it wrong, it's okay. You just learned it right now, so I don't expect anything to be completely perfect.
Oh shit. One second.
That's
Oh my god,
nice.
mine
Mimi.
flipped. Is mine
Anyone
flipped?
else?
Is that why it's weird?
No, you can see it.
Oh, it looked flipped.
It was
I
correct.
didn't do mine. I'm at work. I'm sorry.
It's
Okay,
okay.
lang.
No worries.
It's okay.
So, for those who didn't show, just let me know if you got it right. If you didn't get it right, that's fine too. No judgment. And oh my god. Oh my god.
Yell
Oh
at
my-
them. Yell at them. Does the X just mean it's not on its own syllable? The X means it's removing the sound itself.
Yeah.
So when you do like so this one would just be ba, but then when you put the X to it, it's a b. So you have a baba, just put an X to it, bab. The stopping, no vowels, just consonant.
Vibe.
Vibes. Not my vibes.
Anybody else have any questions? I'm just gonna let everybody kind of chill out, kind of absorb the information.
That's
No, it's
okay,
okay.
Rowan.
Okay, so let me explain this one really quick. Do you guys think that the da unit is so similar to the da unit? Because there is an answer for that, but I want you guys to kind of think what you need to think. Okay, so if nobody knows, that's gonna be fine. But when it comes to when the okay, well, actually, you know what? Let me answer that too first, since I want everybody to figure their stuff out. In Tagalog, there isn't really
There's no
like
C.
a difference between C and K. There isn't. I don't even really think that there is a C in Tagalog at all, if I'm correct.
In any of the languages.
Yeah. So every time you see a K, or here when you see C/K, it's because they're both pronounced as ka. But I just wanted you guys to get used to the idea of C and K being the same thing.
Two rows would look. Oh, there's one C/K and then there's another just K itself.
Oh crap, there is, huh? Oh, I thought you were asking a completely different
Remove-
question.
Remove the K in the bottom because the way the alphabet goes is abacada.
Yeah. Delete row. Okay, cool. Period. Okay, so for the other question or the other topic to discuss, when we're pronouncing the letter R in Tagalog, it sounds very similar to the letter D. So when you're rolling your R's, like, give me a Tagalog word that has the letter R in it.
There isn't. Tagalog words don't start with an R actually.
It doesn't have to start with an R, just one that has it in
Here.
the word.
Karagatan.
You said, I think my,
Okay.
never mind. No. So the word rambutan. So when you're saying it in a Tagalog accent, where is it placed in your mouth? Literally, you're rolling the R. So when you're placing your tongue on your teeth, roll your R. That's the same exact vocal placement for the letter D or da, if that makes sense. So when you're saying anything that has D or an R on it,
Yeah.
like your tongue is literally in the exact same placement. So like da, I'm putting my tongue on the tip of my teeth and then pushing the air out. So da, but don't like super do like that kind of thing with your tongue because then it just kind of makes your the
Can you give an example? Can you give a funky example to the class?
For which one?
Hi everyone. So top word is dagat, which means ocean, and then we have the word karagatan, which is sea kind of. I don't know. Oh, I'm unstable. See how both of them start with a da and a da here? That's how we get the notion that the da and the ra sound are the same in the old standard because they were interchangeable. And when a da sound is in between, like within a word, it will be pronounced a ra sound. That's
Yeah. So besides that, any other questions?
maharlika. Another
Can we do
practice
another
with
practice? Yeah, sure. I
chuck in some words, anything.
Yeah, literally chuck in anything. I'll in the meantime, I want to show Eco's thing or their example from a little while ago. The word araw. This one is very interesting. So,
Oh,
what does araw translate to? Is it like day or
day. Oh my God, Rowan, you're correct. That's why Rowan wrote the rada to din and rin.
yes?
Because you say rin after a vowel. Because that's how one of those types of writing conventions has come into the modern language itself.
So the thing about the word araw, I'll kind of show it here really quick. So you have the vowel a, the unit ra, and then instead of a W, like it would be written in Tagalog, you actually have the O or U vowel. And the reason for that is because pronouncing it is much more closer to like
Araw.
it'd be much more similar to pronouncing it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to writing Tagalog into Baybayin, you have to be very conscientious about why they're written with the Roman characters the way that they are, instead of directly from Baybayin, if that makes sense. So yeah. I could actually pull out a page or flip to a page where I did some Baybayin practice.
Ooh.
Hello, where are you?
Just so you know,
Here's my practice.
Ooh.
Wait, is it backwards? Can you see it?
I think it is.
It's backwards, but I
Oh
read it.
shit. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
all good, bestie.
Flips it.
There we go. Woo.
It's still backwards.
Still
What?
backwards.
Hello?
Flip your camera.
I just
Hey.
did.
Oh,
You flipped your camera? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
here, I'll write down what Ray wrote. Let's everyone practice with us.
I hate you. Not even. I hate you. Did you know that that homosexuality is an abomination in the Bible? Did you know that?
Stop. This is a ba.
Ah.
Let's go, people. What
I'm not saying it.
That's a K sound with the cruz, so it's a K sound. And then we have a
La.
la at the end, so bakla. And then we have
bakla.
ka at the
Baklaka.
end.
Baklaka.
I don't stand for
Great.
this. Not INC flashbacks.
Hi. Oh my god, yay. What else am I thinking of?
Ooh, this one can actually be kind of cool. I'm going to be writing down like the elements in so we have
Water.
lupa, hangin, tubig for water, and then you have apoy for fire. That's right, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Is that all good?
Yes.
Okay, so lupa would be, let me see. And then ba. Hangin, you would have.
If y'all want to be witchy and funky, you can add it to your grimoire and you can incorporate it within your spells and sigil stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. This is my grimoire. I just wanted to show it. It's all in Baybayin.
Wow.
Nice.
What time is it? Intimidation.
Could you go over like the strokes of how to write ma?
Oh,
Or ma
Yeah, and yeah. Because those
for
are
ma
kind of,
and ma.
yeah.
Okay. How would I show it? Okay.
there's
I'll just trace it over with my mouse so that you guys can see clearer. So the pen stroke would be curve up, down and over, and then around, and then strike it through. Yeah, I know that this graph isn't really that clear, but that's how I personally write it.
here. I'll
So
bring it up to people. We do a ya shape of that,
Mhm.
and then we cross it out to get a
Yeah.
ma. And then for the nga one, it gets very hard. It's annoying, but we always go left to right. So we
Mhm.
have the curvy thing. So I do a curve thing. You can make it more stylized by having it like that, blah blah blah. And then you do your hook downwards. Okay. Yeah. hooking downwards. So the hook here is the same type of stroke as you would do for the la, the bottom part of the la sound. They're similarly stylized, and sometimes even on the presentation you can see how la has a more smaller writing way, and sometimes nga itself is also that small. It's more variation on the handwriting itself.
Mhm.
Different cursives, like how some people do 7 like that or 7 like that.
Yeah, I was actually wondering like where the pen stroke combinations come from, because like you'll see a lot of similar elements throughout the letters, but there are a few rogue ones.
Yeah, they're actually, it's fairly stylized, but coming from Kawi, it held the shape, but then the what's it called? The actual shape itself came, like the actual strokes is actually influenced from what the seafarers, like people who like fishermen would see. So you actually see so the letter na, how has the curve here and then the stroke here. That's also the same stroke as the that and that. This part, it's supposed to look like a clam or a shell that's closed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah, same thing
Frankie
with the-
asked if there's an intended stroke order.
There is, but it's not that. It's kind of hard to find. We might make a stroke order, like a little spreadsheet, a sheet stroke order, just to so that everyone knows. Generally, it's always top to bottom, left to right. So for ba, you'd always start from the top. You never do go from the bottom. Weird. Ka, you do your line, slash, and then line again. For da, it's actually, da is a single stroke actually. You just da that. A single stroke where it goes down. And then if you want to make it ra, you just put the dash on the side. What else?
Oh, also, can you show the stylized version where there is no loop, where you do like the line on top and then the curve?
For da?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that and then there.
So that's another
That's the
stylized version.
Stylized version. Yeah. That's an actual older way of writing it, pre-colonially, and then like as handwriting developed, we were like started getting lazy, and so we started looping it instead. It's actually pretty interesting, and that's why sometimes ka can be like this sometimes as well in writing. What else? There's also like the a one. Traditionally, it would be done. You do the base form, and then you do the slash on the side. But then fairly, this is still pre-colonial. But then people started to do like a squiggle at the front, and then the loop, so that it becomes a dip or something like that. Because laziness, making it easier. Stroke does not affect character, because all of the characters itself, all of the letters are fairly distinct. The only one that you'd worry about is depending on writing up or down or right to left, because sometimes you would traditionally actually write it from top to bottom. So like that, baklaka, but then like you'd see this one nga. Sometimes if someone's not reading it correctly, you might read it as a la, but it generally won't matter because you'll get it from the way that you're writing.
Yeah, but of course, more thing though, like using only these letters, hard to like confuse one of them for another. But I would say the only one that does get a little confusing is like da and ra, as like we said earlier. As we incorporate like the new letters, most of them are pretty distinct, but a lot
They're
of them
like
are very-
variations.
Yeah.
They're like a little stroke or a
Yeah.
tiny extra line. Yeah. For me, when I was learning this as a kid, like the one that I always get mixed up was pa and ma. I don't know why.
Pa and ma.
'Cause-
Oh, you
yeah,
know, no, that does
'cause-
make sense
Yeah.
though.
Because they all have the same. From this one shape, you get the ya sound, you get the ma sound, and you get the pa sound, and you also get the ah.
Yeah, so
shape.
like I said, for the characters, a lot of them have similar elements. So, just as Iko said, they all have, the ya shape as the foundation, but then you have like a strike through or, just dash that changes in different places.
That's how we got the different parts. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Just so y'all
So are you
know,
leaving?
pardon? Bella is Isa left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just so y'all know, we have basic divination in an
Yes.
hour. So if you
Yeah, stay
for
around
that?
for that.
Yeah.
Ray-
Yeah, it's not
Ray,
gonna
can
go
you
like, straight into that one from this session, but we'll be having that in about an hour.
we'll either probably just like stop the recording and start again, or
Yeah.
no problem, Ryan.
Honestly, with that, I think that we're pretty much through. And if you guys have any other questions, you can just throw them into the Discord chat.
The best way to practice is learning your name.
Exactly.
After that, get your favorite song and start writing it. I like
I literally
learning.
did that.
That's like I did it for Basang Basa sa Ulan. Like
I
ages
did
shit.
it for Akin Ka Along. I just love that song so much. So good.
The slides are on Discord. The slides are in Discord, and the recording will also be sent.
Probably within a week, the recording of this.
All in a week. Yes. Yes, MJ. Oh my god.
Yeah. So if nobody has any other questions, I'm gonna close out. So yeah. Thank you all for attending. Everybody who left,
Guess we'll go
thanks to them
VC.
too. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. My username is the same, XanderRay143. And if you're interested in getting a reading from me, my readings and niche makeup account on Instagram is X-Ray Spiritual Readings. You can find me there if you're interested in a reading but don't want to go through to Instagram. You can just mention me in the Discord chat and we can figure things out from there. But
You all
yeah,
should
thanks,
follow
everybody.
Xander's TikToks. They're fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Nico is a fan behavior. Anyways,
This is fan behavior.
how do I unpin myself? Because this is getting uncomfortable. Remove pin.